couple seconds, but as directly after that stall call, he was able to force the takedown for 2 points.
So Rutgers with 2 straight wins now. Richie Lewis and Joe Grello.
Rutgers is trying to creep their way back.
It's 17-9 in the overall score. We go to 184. And again, Rutgers should be favored here. 13th ranked Nick Gravina, the redshirt senior, 10-9 on the year, going up against the junior Brandon Krone, who's 7-4 on the year for the Golden Gophers. Krone out of Anoka, Minnesota. Gravina, of course, another Jersey guy from northern New Jersey. Wrestled at Northern Highlands High School. He was a high school All-American there.
Now, when Gravina gets on this mat, he turns into a completely different person. He gets mean, angry. He wants to beat you, and he wants to beat you bad when he gets on the mat. But when you see him outside the mat, he's a huge community service guy. He's really into his religion. He's just a really overall nice, genuine guy. So he knows that when he gets on the mat, he needs to flip a switch, and he becomes a very angry, very eager to win wrestler. I remember talking to Donnie Prisloff, one of the assistant coaches, or the associate head coach, I believe Donnie is, and I remember asking him about Nick Gravina, and he said, you know, he wants to torch you out on the mat. He wants to beat you bad. He said that he'll stare his opponent down until he strikes fear into his eyes. So like I said, Donnie, I remember him telling me that, you know, he wants to torch you out on the mat.
Looks like we have a little blood timeout for Brandon Krone. Well, Rutgers will have one more Big Ten match after this. It's on the road at Wisconsin next Friday night. Then they'll come back to Jersey, but still on the road. They'll go down to Jadwin Gym, and they will wrestle Princeton, just down Route 27. And then the Big Ten championships.
It's always nice to see a little bit of in-state competition. It's always nice to see 2 New Jersey teams facing off against one another. I remember last year when Princeton had come to Rutgers and they wrestled outside at the football stadium. Now that was a match you wanted to be at. That was exciting. It was a great match. So many fans there. I mean, it was just a truly great wrestling environment. And like I mentioned before, that's a huge part of the things that this Rutgers program believes in, doing things that are different, doing things that are special, doing things that are really going to put them on the mat. And those outside matches at the football stadium, that's really something that these wrestlers look forward to every year.
So Rutgers, that's what's coming up for the Scarlet Knights. Minnesota, by the way, will take the trip down to College Park. They'll wrestle against Maryland on Sunday. And then kind of a strange matchup on their schedule. They'll come back to New Jersey on February 16th, next Friday, to wrestle at Ryder, which is just kind of pops out at you on that schedule.
We're just getting comfortable here in New Jersey.
At Ryder. And then, of course, the Big Ten championships will be at Michigan State the weekend of March 3rd. Right here, no score between Gravina and Krone.
Gravina going for that lift. I'm not quite sure what lift he was going for there, but he was going for one. And like I said, it just shows his toughness and his aggressiveness. Here you go. You can see the replay here on the screen. He's really just lifting him up by his arm there. Like I said, that really just shows the type of toughness that Gravina has in him. He wants to beat you, and he wants to beat you bad.
This time out, it looked like Gravina had some blood on his hands or his wrists from Krone, so the official comes over, talks to Krone. Not quite sure.
There they go. They're wiping off the rest of the blood off Gravina now, and now here he comes back into the center here.
Well, 17-9. There's only 2 matches, including this one, left tonight. So Rutgers, for them to come back and actually win, they would need something dramatic to happen in the next 2.
Definitely.
As they're down 17-9, but individually, Gravina hoping to keep the momentum going here for the Scarlet Knights. 35 seconds left in period one. And very aggressive here.
Gravina knows that him winning this match is essential for the Scarlet Knights to have any type of chance to win this match. So he's going to give it all he got here.
Stall warning.
Stall warning.
You can see that it's Gravina being the aggressor here, being aggressive, trying to go for the shots, and really Krone is just trying to fight him off. He's just backing out. He's really just trying to get out of there. And like I mentioned before, Gravina was just given a point for a second stall warning call on Krone because Krone backed out of the mat, backed out of the circle, and as soon as you take a step backwards and you're out of the circle, it's automatically a stall point.
So it is
stall call.
1-0 in favor of Gravina as it goes to the second period. Nick looking for his 11th victory of the season.
Krone first. Gravina Rutgers on defense. Krone, Minnesota on top on offense. Second period, 184 pounds.
So Krone will start on top here in the second period.
Gravina has that ankle locked in, bringing it to the front. Here he's looking to spin around to get behind him for the reversal, but Krone staying tight, not allowing Gravina to do that quite yet. Gravina trying to step over big, but again, Krone holding on tight so far. And there it is, Gravina's able to pop out. Now if he's able to get behind him here, he'll be looking at a reversal. Krone hanging on though by the ankle. He is not letting Gravina have anything easy.
Stall.
Now, as Gravina was trying to get out there, Krone was hanging onto the ankle. So when when the wrestler who is down trying to get out, if the offensive wrestler is holding onto his ankle, the ref will start a 5 count. If it gets to 5 seconds, it's another stall call.
So Gravina awarded another point. He's up 2-0. Minute 10 left in the second period.
Like I said, Krone, he's holding on tight here. He is not giving Gravina anything easy.
And a potentially dangerous call.
Rutgers coaches are not happy that they stopped that wrestling right there.
1 minute remaining here in the second period.
Now he just called the potentially dangerous, which gave Gravina another point.
So he's up 3-0. And he's almost got the riding time. Well, actually, riding time in favor of Krone.
Now, even though he has these stall calls from stalling on top, he's still riding them on top. So that riding time is going to continue to move up for Krone.
41 seconds left in the second period. Krone's got 1:18 of riding time. Gravina is in the lead 3-0 on the scoreboard, but essentially it's a 2-point match.
Now it's interesting. Go ahead, Lou. Sorry about that.
No, I was just going to say, Gina, it's essentially a 2-point match with that riding time.
Right, and it's interesting because all 3 matches, or all 3 points so far this match has not come from a move. It's come from 2 stall calls and a potentially dangerous point. So it's interesting to know that Gravina's up, but it's not because of really any wrestling moves that have happened. They've all been technicalities that have been putting Gravina on top.
Final 15 seconds here of the second period.
Now again, you saw the ref started to count for the 5 seconds of stalling because as Gravina was trying to get out, Krone was holding onto that ankle again, and when you hold onto that ankle for 5 seconds, it's a stall call.
And the second period comes to an end. 3-0 the score in favor of Nick Gravina.
You see Gravina here, get him on his back, and now the fans, the crowd, and the coaches wanted 2 points for that, but the ref didn't see any type of official control. It was more of a scramble that was happening, and then saved by the bell. Saved by the bell, Krone was, because it looked like Gravina was on the verge of getting behind him for the reversal, but the period ran out, and Krone was able to hold on. Now, riding time and the clock time is even right now, both at 2 minutes. So really, riding time isn't isn't going to be much of a factor in this match unless it stays above the minute. But Gravina rides him out for the rest of this period, then riding time isn't going to be a factor.
Gravina with a 3-0 lead. And again, they're tending to Krone.
Now I believe that the ref has gone back to the table just to take a look at that. Take a look at that those last couple seconds of the match there to confirm that it wasn't a neutral position, and that's what he's sticking with. No calls were reversed or changed.
So Krone will be on top. As the third period begins,
184.
Gravina.
Now I had thought Krone was going to take bottom here, but he had the decision. I believe he took top to continue to ride Gravina out. He doesn't want to take any chances on bottom to allow Gravina to put any type of moves on him. And he's done a pretty good job so far this match riding out Gravina. We saw a couple stall calls, a couple potentially dangerous calls, but in the end, he was still able to ride Gravina out and get this riding time all the way up to 1 minute and 35 seconds. Again, he's hanging on to this ankle here, so ref is calling for 5 seconds.
1 point, Gravina.
And a point for Gravina. Makes it 4-0.
Every time Gravina goes to go for the escape, Krone drops down to the ankle, and as soon as he drops down to that ankle to not allow Gravina to get out, the ref starts counting, and as soon as he gets to 5 seconds, it's another stall point.
Both wrestlers end up out of the circle. 1:01 left in the third period. Gravina trying to make it 3 straight wins here for the Scarlet Knights. And he's in command now, 6-0.
Now with these last 43 seconds on the clock, Gravina is looking for takedowns and give them quick escapes because he wants takedowns. He wants to get points because he's looking for a major decision here to at least get 4 more points on the board for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, he's up 6-1 here with 25 seconds left.
Krone able to get that leg and going for a takedown, and I think that Krone, he has no choice but to be offensive here because he can't afford to keep giving up these stall calls.
Gravina was trying to get the fall there, trying to get the pin. He gets 2, and he's up 8-1. He was looking for the gusto there.
He was, and he wanted that major decision. But 8-1 plus the riding time point that's going to be awarded to Krone. It looks like it's going to be an 8-2 match, which is going to keep it at a minor decision, which is only going to give 3 points to the Scarlet Knights instead of the 4 that it would have been for a major decision.
And that's it. Gravina wins it. He'll win it 8-2. And Gravina looks up at the board, shakes his head. He's disappointed that he couldn't get that major decision. He'll take the victory, but not exactly what Nick was looking for. Still, he wins.